I all finished it.
Nice, GG, boys.
Holy shit.
What's going on, guys? My name's KoyFish, and Apex Legends is finally here. Apex Legends is a brand new AAA Battle Royale brought to us by none other than Respawn Entertainment. Respawn Entertainment brought us the entire Titanfall series, and in their new game, Apex Legends, we get to choose from 8 different characters, or legends as they call them, within the current build of the game. Finally, we have a AAA BR, something different than Blackout entirely, something completely, in my opinion, better than Blackout. Something completely new that it brings to the table is the 8 new characters: Bangalore, Bloodhound, Caustic, Gibraltar, Lifeline, Mirage, Pathfinder, and Wraith. As well as the 8 characters, each specific character has their own ability, which is something that we've never seen in a Battle Royale. This allows us to hop in as a 3-man team and build an entire team composition using these different characters' abilities. Right now, I like to play as Pathfinder. Pathfinder is this super cool, awesome robot. And basically what Pathfinder does, as you can see here, is he has a grapple as one of his abilities, and then his ultimate, is that you can also see here, is a zipline. And this zipline is super useful, engaging teams and also getting the hell out of there. To be quite frank, I don't know how a lot of people play without a Pathfinder, or at least a Wraith character, because both of those 2 characters allow you to get in and out of fights if you're gonna die. So far in the game, I've had probably around 10 hours game time, and I've really had a great time. Honestly, this is something, as I was saying earlier, it's just something completely different. And you can see here by my gameplay how useful Pathfinder really is, and he's really one of those characters that can just hop and skate around the map using his grapple like you saw there, and really just get in there and get out whenever he really needs to do it. So after about 10 hours of playing Pathfinder, I think it's pretty fair to say that I know the character and I know the abilities and how to use them pretty well. And currently the grapple is kind of buggy sometimes, as you can see here right in the gameplay. I try to grapple up, and then I grapple up and get like stuck in this pipe thing, and then eventually like I hop up here and I think I get the grapple to work. Yeah, I finally get the grapple to work, but yeah, it's kind of buggy. And also another thing Pathfinder can do right here, this is huge. This is absolutely huge. You can hack survey beacons, which allows you and your teammates to see where the next zone is going to be, so you can go ahead and go there and set up and prepare to engage the enemy. So some of the tips and tricks I can give you guys for playing Pathfinder is, you really, the way I like to play is kind of playing a little aggressive and not always playing standoffish. Like in the gameplay here, you can obviously see that I'm playing pretty standoffish with Pathfinder, even though I do have his zipline ultimate ability. But other times, your teammates or you will knock 1 or 2 of the enemies down, and that's a perfect time to capitalize on using your zipline to, zoom over there, engage the enemies, and just wipe their entire team. And then if you're getting shot from another area, you can use the zipline and get right back and get into your safe area. Basically, you just really can't be scared to be aggressive with Pathfinder. Even though he can kind of get himself in sticky situations per se, he's got some of the best escape abilities in the game, along with Wraith and Mirage. Pathfinder, like I was talking about earlier, he has a grapple. You can grapple out of a situation, and then if your entire team needs to get out of a situation, you have a zipline. So seriously, you can't be afraid to use those abilities, because those abilities are really going to come to a huge advantage, as well as being able to hack and see where the next zone is on the map. Like, these are huge abilities that you have as Pathfinder. I was discussing on being aggressive with Pathfinder using his grapple. You can see right there, I grapple up, go to help my teammates out, get one hit on the guy, but then my teammates go around the other way. I decide to flank, and I Batman this kid. Boom. Team down right there. Perfect use. Perfect right there. Being aggressive, outsmarting the enemy, just getting simple flanks. Even though I didn't use any of my abilities to flank around there, if I had my abilities, I would have used them, but unfortunately they were on cooldown. And I don't know what kind of players you guys are, if you guys are passive or aggressive or passive-aggressive. I don't even know if that's really a thing you can be in a FPS kind of game. But right here, you can see me and my teammates shooting a downed enemy. I know, my teammates know, if we get an enemy down, we're gonna thirst them. We're gonna kill them immediately, because that just gives you an upper hand. And you can see me take out this guy right here. And honestly, if you leave a person alive, that just gives the enemy the ability to revive someone, and then it's an even fight again. And I've always thought that, you know, going ahead and thirsting the enemy and just taking them out is, you know, a lot better, because you obviously secure a kill and you make the fight a little more in your favor. But some people say that being over aggressive and thirsting enemies and then killing them while they're down just makes the enemy team more susceptible to kill you whenever you get knocked. And of course, I'm sure that goes through their heads, but honestly, securing the kill is a lot more important. Right here you can see we're getting a little aggressive right here on another Pathfinder, and that right there is a perfect example. That guy's trying to get away, and he was using his abilities, so he obviously has some common knowledge of how to use Pathfinder as well. But unfortunately for him, and fortunately for us, we were able to take that enemy out, and we were also able to take his teammate out here. And right here in the gameplay, this is one of my most favorite things to do in the game. Whenever you knock down an enemy, you get the cue to do this, which is just amazing. It's your final execution. And I just think that's an awesome implementation into the game, and it really just makes you feel like kind of a badass and be like, hey, state your authority there. And right here you see me, this was another game we dropped in. Once again, I was discussing just finishing off enemies. It's a great example right there. You down someone right off spawn, you take them out, your team's at an advantage, the enemy team's down a person, so you're in a 2v3 fight, you're probably going to win that fight. Another tip I can give you guys that kind of a lot of people don't really like to hear per se is that if you're constantly landing in really far off areas where really no one goes, you're never really going to get better at the game. And if you're kind of just playing really passive, you're also never going to get better at the game. The only way to really get better at a game is always to throw yourself in the worst situations, because your head and your brain will start to adapt to, like, oh, I'm in a terrible situation. Like right here, I get downed, no big deal, my teammates end up rezzing me. But if you're constantly dropping in high volume areas, you're always going to be getting that gunplay and really just ironing out all those kinks in your mechanics that you might or might not have. And basically, you're just going to get better at aiming and your mechanics. You're going to get better at using your abilities and your cooldowns, using your ultimates, and yeah, you're just going to get better altogether if you're throwing yourselves in these kind of situations rather than just being in situations that are safe all the time. So right here in the gameplay, landed, got in a little skirmish, took quite a bit of damage, so I'm just trying to get back to my teammates, So this is a perfect example of using your grapple, or in this case your zipline, because that's your ultimate ability to get back to your teammates. Because in a battle royale, if you're split up, you're at a huge disadvantage. And right here we get into another team fight. Take a few pop shots on this guy, completely miss because, you know, my mechanics need some work. And then on this guy, unfortunately, he gets away, but we do end up cleaning him up later in the game. And then again, using Pathfinder to the best of his abilities and using his kit. And right here we get into another skirmish. You know, we take out some dudes, clean them up, get the res, get out of there, start applying some suppressive fire, just keep your teammates safe. So really in a battle royale, what it all comes down to is your positioning, your team play, and always your mechanics. Because if your mechanical skills really aren't there, you can have amazing team skills, team fighting skills, you can have amazing game sense, but if you can't hit shots, you're not gonna kill people. And the point of the game is to kill people and be the last one alive, right? So if you're constantly putting yourselves in situations like this right here, we're getting blasted by, I think, 2 teams right here in this clip. But if you're constantly putting yourselves in really kind of questionable situations, your mechanics and stuff are gonna get better. And right here, this dude, he's having a bad day. He's down, I'm hitting him with grenades. Use everything. Use everything you have to kill the other person. And this, I love this clip right here. Look at this cheeky arc star. Boom, stick him with the arc star, and he gets his cheeks clapped. He gets some clap, boy. And Mirage gets his cheeks clapped right here too. And fortunately enough for us, we kind of wiped the whole team. Shout out to my boys Sarad Coco and Flat Top Flyer for just amazing gameplay here. They played completely out of their mind. They played a whole lot better than I did. This, I believe, was probably around hour 3 of getting my hands on Pathfinder and just kind of figuring out how to use his kit. But, you know, once you kind of get the idea of a character, you become a lot better of a player. You iron out all those weird kinks in your abilities and your grapples. Unfortunately, I get knocked right here, but fortunately enough, these guys are pressured super duper hard from the zone. My teammate, Flat Top Flyer, ends up getting the res on me, and then something kind of weird happens here. He actually reses me, and then I use my repel or grapple or zipline, whatever you want to call it, to escape right here, and it doesn't work. Like I was saying earlier in the video, it's still kind of buggy, and some people might get mad at this, but at the end of the day, you gotta realize that it's still like an early access game. And then also right here, something kind of weird happens. I just like die for no reason, and I'm not really sure. I just got like 80-0'd instantly. I'm not really sure how that worked. But luckily enough for me, like I was saying earlier, had some great teammates. They picked up my card and they got my res. And that's an amazing, amazing, amazing feature that really stands out from any other Battle Royale game that is currently out right now. The fact that you can get someone's card, you can get your teammate's card and take it back to a respawn point. So right here in the gameplay, I'm dead, but my teammates get my card, and boom, you're right back into the fight, and this is amazing. So I get back into the game. Luckily, my teammates held on to some weapons for me. I was able to get kitted out and ready for what was going to become the final fight in the game. There's 4 squads left, 3 including us, and right here, once again, just using your abilities to get to high advantage points and utilizing your hack ability to find the final zone. And this actually allowed my team to trap the final squad that we were up against, because my other friend is playing Caustic, and so we actually used his gas ability to trap the enemy team right here and secure the victory. And And let me tell you what, an Apex Legends victory is different than any other Battle Royale victory that I've ever experienced, and as well as my friends. It's just amazing seeing that you are the champion at the end of the round, at the end of the match, and it's just a great time. Everyone's having fun. And as I was saying earlier, Pathfinder's my guy, so I hope you guys find really a character you enjoy too. Yo, thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you loved it, subscribe. If you liked it, leave a like. Remember, as always, keep calm, keep up, and I'll see you on the next one. Deuces.